Hey guys, okay, how to grow sales through partnerships and collaboration. So this channel is so exciting. It's so much fun, especially to the entrepreneur. The opportunities there are limitless and it's just really, really exciting. So I'm going to show you how I grew sales in my business through a whole range of different partnerships and collaborations. And to be honest, if I knew then what I know today, I could have achieved. It's unbelievable. I can't even imagine what I could have achieved. Okay, so I'll grab my slides up and let's dive in. All right, growing sales, partnerships, and collaboration. So the way I probably see it is something like this: a partnership is something whereby you're trying to figure out how you can help each other out to sell more, or to reach out to your ideal customer, doing the stuff that you're already doing. A collaboration probably takes things to another level where you and a potential partner are creating something together that is different to your core offer. Doesn't really matter. That's just the way I see it. Partnership, collaboration. All right. So growing sales through partnerships. By that, I'm talking clubs, groups, societies, membership organizations, various associations, various government departments, and many, many more. So there could be other tour or activity or experience operators, both in your destination and other destinations as well. And, I'm sure within your business, because, no two businesses are the same, and the opportunities that are there for the taking are different to every business as well. So that's what I'm talking about. All right. So what I love about partnerships and collaborations. So first of all, the opportunities I see as just limitless. I don't feel that you can ever stop thinking of different ideas and different types of businesses and different types of peoples and organizations that you could legitimately partner with. The other thing I love about it is that unlike other reseller channels, generally speaking, your partnerships and collaborations are commission free. You might talk about a motivating factor or an incentive that's going to help you work together and offer something other than an exchange of promotion. But generally speaking, there's no required commission to a partner. And I kind of see it as a direct channel to your ideal customer, making the sales process faster, making the sales process easier. If you can zero in on that problem that you might be able to solve, or that desire that you can find a way to satisfy or satiate, you've got a really fast, quick, direct line into your ideal customer. So I guess the two questions you need to ask yourself, first of all, are: one, where does my ideal customer hang out, both online and in the real world? Ask yourself that now. Where does my ideal customer hang out, online and in the real world? Maybe you want to pause this video for a couple of minutes, take a piece of paper, grab a pencil, and just brainstorm some ideas. Where does my ideal customer hang out, online and in the real world? And then the second question you need to ask yourself is, who shares my customer? Okay. And we'll go a little deeper on that now. All right. So here's some examples for you. Now, obviously, in my community, in my program, there's no cookie cutter approach. There are many, many, many different types of tours and activities and experiences. So it's not a cookie cutter approach, but here's a few examples. And then the magic is how you can apply these kind of ideas and principles to your specific business. Okay. So let's say you run photography walking tours. What kind of businesses or organizations could you partner with that logically would seem like a fit, that you might find as a fishing hole, as in the idea of the Alaskan ice fishing? You've got the little hole of ice and all the fish are coming up, and you've got this concentration of fish in this very small area. So fishing holes could be camera stores. They could be camera clubs, photographic societies. It could be an art club. The connection, photography, art is very, very strong and obvious. And just a little typo in my slides there. And then the other would be other tours and activities and experiences. So who shares your customer? What kind of tours or activities or experiences do you know of in your destination that are different to what you do, but serve the same customer? For example, is there an art and design walking tour, an architecture walking tour? Is there a vehicle-based photography tour to complement your walking tour? Those kind of things, all right? So who runs a tour or activity or experience in your destination that is different to what you do, but serves the same customer? As an example, when I was running my company, Melbourne Private Tours, vehicle-based private premium tours, I had some great partnerships with other tour operators. I had Hidden Secrets walking tours. I had Melbourne Sports Tours. I had Echidna Walkabout, who ran wildlife tours out of Melbourne. So we all served the same type of customer, direct, and the same agents that were booking us, but we all did things that were very, very different and complemented each other really, really well. So who does that in your destination? And who's running a similar type of experience, but in a different destination, maybe in the next town or the next city, okay? That is running a photography walking tour to exactly the same type of customer, but just in a different destination. So there's no conflict, there's no competition. You just complement each other really, really well, all right? If you run culinary tours, what about high-end restaurants or culinary clubs or cooking schools or wine clubs? The connection between food and wine, coffee appreciation, a strong connection there. And again, other tours, activities, experiences that run things in your destination, but to a different, but do things differently. Or someone doing the same kind of thing, but in a different destination that you could partner with. Okay, they would be logical fits for you. Cycling tours. Well, you're going to be looking at things like cycling clubs. You're going to be looking at partnering with bike stores, bushwalking clubs. You know, stands to reason that people love bushwalking. There's going to be a strong element of those that would also love cycling. Outdoor adventure associations, and of course, to other tours, activities, or experiences in different destinations, or doing something different to you in the same destination. Okay, so I'm sure you get the idea there, and I'm sure your mind is popping with ideas and thoughts, okay? If you are a true entrepreneur, and I'm sure, and I have no doubt that you are. So what you want to do next is going back to the introduction. You want a time block. You want to shut the world out. You can either even pause this video here. You want to get a Google sheet out, or simply a pen, pencil, and a piece of paper. You want to get really creative and start thinking broadly and get these ideas flowing. And I reckon you should be aiming for 50 potential partners or collaborators using those kind of examples that I talked about. What are 50 different types of businesses, clubs, groups, societies, membership organizations, other tours, activities, and experiences that you could legitimately feel an opportunity to partner with, all right? That's going to be your next step. And you want to get them into the list. And and as I've done with other sales growth trainings, I'm just going to show you again here what that is. We've got the list over here. Mine's not populated, of course. Oops, what I want to do there is a little bit of housekeeping while I'm talking to you good folks. So we've got agents, tourism boards, corporate decision makers, hotels and accommodations, other partners. Okay, so that's the area that you want to start populating. And at this point in time, you haven't outreached to anybody, but you're collating data. I've given you a bunch of strategies through these trainings so far to find your people, the decision makers. It's going to be people like presidents or vice presidents, or it's going to be coordinators. It's going to be, organizational secretaries that are going to be the decision makers within these partnerships. So what you're going to be doing is populating this sheet here with obviously the company name or the business name or the organization name. You got the title of that person, any notes. You've got the source that the lead or the connection came via. And then I think it'd be a great idea to put in their social, so their handle for Facebook or handle for LinkedIn. Okay, if you're doing that, so that's for other partners. Over here, we've got tour operator partnerships. Same thing. and you are filling this list with potential partners or collaborators that run tours, activities, or experiences. So who knows, there might be 10 or 20 or 30 of those potential partners in this list as well. If you're running trips in remote Colorado, it's going to be very different to if you're running trips in New York City. Okay, it's going to be a lot. Obviously, the list is going to be a lot larger if you're running experiences in a denser, populated place. Okay, so that's the next step. All right, guys. Now I'm just going to jump back over to my slides now, and we will continue on. So that's the next step. I want to see action. I want to actually see people not just watching this training and thinking, yeah, that's a great idea. I'll do that someday. Stop it, block the time out, and just start punching that data into your lists. Okay. And whether that takes you 30 minutes, whether it takes you an hour, whether it takes you 2 hours, again, ultimately the goal is for you to kick this process off your shoulders and onto the shoulders of your virtual assistant, who's going to be doing this at $6 or $7 an hour. Okay. That's the plan, and probably do it a lot faster and better once they get into a rhythm than you are. Okay. So then the next step, once you have started to populate this list with all these exciting, tantalizing opportunities for partnerships and collaborations, then the next step is the outreach. All right. Remembering right now, we're at outreach stage. Module 3, we'll be talking about the long-term, how to turn interest, awareness, and convert it into bookings as quickly and effectively and efficiently as we can. All right. So 2 steps. First of all is an informal outreach. And I always strongly recommend that an informal outreach is the way to go, first of all. All right. And you might even shorten yours. Mine may even be too long, but it's going to go something like this. Hey, Naeem, hope you don't mind me reaching out here. I run this thing in this destination. You might be familiar with us. Love to line up a quick call. And then you just want to really sort of, dangle the carrot. I've got a few thoughts on how I can help you out, and always go with what you can do for someone first. Okay. And I'm sure we could think of a few ways you could help me out too. All right. And then you just want to bring it all together. If they're thinking, why would he think that? Well, with our common experience in, passion for, expertise in, insert that thing. Sure, we'd have a very productive conversation. What's your schedule like? Blah, blah, blah. Of course, making sure that your profiles are awesomely optimized. Okay. Because you're not going to write this long email here about how great you are, what you do, and all that jazz. That's going to shine through from your profile. Okay. LinkedIn or Facebook. So you've got to make sure it's optimized to a high level. Okay. So that's the informal. And then the second step is going to be the partnership proposal. Okay. So what we do is we want to be, give ourselves every chance to get something off the ground. So it starts with an informal where you're sort of having a bit of a conversation. Someone's accepted your offer for a call. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's catch up for a chat. And it starts really informally. And it's a chance for you to ask a lot of questions about who they are, what they do, any ideas they've got for how you could work together, first and foremost. And then dropping a few things. You don't need to have the solution right now. This is a discovery call, a discovery conversation. Okay. You're giving some ideas and thoughts. You're asking questions, digesting information, taking down some notes. And at the end of it, look, this sounds exciting. This is really interesting. What I'm going to do is go away, just digest it. And I'm thinking I might just bash this into a bit of a proposal, partnership proposal idea. Just based on the things we've talked about here. I'll then kick it over to you because I'm sure you might have some thoughts as well. How does that sound? And inevitably, the answer is going to be, yeah, look, that sounds great. Okay. So be the one to make it happen. Okay. Be the one to make it happen. Because if you're not the one to make it happen, nothing's going to happen. All right. I promise you, nothing's going to happen. Okay. So what I would do then is this. Right. So what you're going to do is you're going to put all that information into a proposal template, partnership proposal template. Okay. Now, this is a template. This is not a cookie cutter approach for everyone. So some of these sections will be relevant. Most will, some won't be. But you could use this as a template or inspiration to create a short proposal, just a 1-pager, maybe 2-pager that you could send over. So it's going to have obviously some details about the the two different parties, yourself and this other party. You're going to have an executive summary. Could just be a few sentences or a paragraph at most. Then, oops, sorry, I'll get back there. The problem. Now, I only use this section here if a problem actually exists, okay? And a solution to that problem, if a solution exists to a problem that exists, if you know what I'm saying. So you may or may not use that section. Target market, just so we're both clear on who it is that we're trying to serve. That's really important. What you see as the partnership requirements, what you see as like a proposed timeline, just an idea at this point, okay? Responsibilities, who's going to do what within your team and within their team. Projections, get people excited. If this works the way you think it's going to work, what do you see the result to be? Immediate next steps. And great. So then you've got that. You kick that over to this person. They think, wow, they are organized. They're energized. They're exciting. They've got this can-do attitude. I'm excited about this. Let's make it happen. Give them an opportunity to make some notes and comments. Kick it back to you. Finalize it. Get it into place and start, getting it into action and getting some results. So that's the way it works for me. That's the way I can see it working for you as well. Okay. So back over to my slides here. Action steps. Here's the way I see things playing out from this point. First thing you want to do, of course, is make sure your Facebook and LinkedIn profiles are optimized. Then you want to start getting excited, creative, entrepreneurial, and thinking about 50 different potential partners that you could build into your list. All right. Then once you start to see how it's done and how quickly and effectively you can grow that list of potential partners using the strategies that I've shown you in previous lessons to get email addresses, whether it's by outreach, direct outreach by phone to see who the best contact is, whether it's via LinkedIn, getting connected and then having their contact details readily available, whether it is just punching into Google their name, their organization and email contact, whatever it is, you should be able to get all of their email addresses into that sheet. Once you do it, then you want to record a Loom walkthrough training video showing a virtual assistant exactly how you're doing it. Okay, if it's a phone, how effective you are at doing it and the scripts that you use to do it on the phone, just to get that, not to try and sell people on the phone, just to get the contact details so you can make that first email contact. And then the last is just to start outreach. Okay, start outreaching using that recommended outreach script. Okay, that's it. So let's get cracking. Let's get to work. And if this is the right channel for you, let's just start getting some results and making some things happen. Okay.